Hi families, we are so excited to be back. Whether your child was back in the center last year, if this is their first time in the classroom since the pandemic began, or if this is their first time in any classroom, we know that some of you might still be a little anxious. So we want to take a few minutes to review our policies and procedures that were created in response to COVID-19 and to show you all of the ways we are working as hard as we can to keep your children safe while they're in our care. One of the most common questions parents ask is whether their child will be required to wear a face mask. Following the guidance of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the recommendations of the Department of Education, children ages 2 and above will be required to wear a mask while on the school bus and anytime they're being transported by staff. Children ages 3 through 5 in our Head Start program and our pre-K classrooms will be required to wear masks. We are continuing to follow the same drop-off and pick-up procedure that was in place last year, which can look a little different based on your preference and where your child's classroom is located in each building. Let's take a look at the few different options for dropping your child off each morning. No matter which of the following options works best for you, everyone must wear a face mask that covers their mouth and nose when approaching the building. Teachers will be waiting to greet you and your child, and they'll be wearing face masks too. Each day, you will be asked a series of 4 questions. These questions are probably familiar to you by now since many other places are asking the same ones. First, to your knowledge, has anyone in the child's home been exposed to someone diagnosed with COVID-19 within the last 14 days? Second, does anyone in the child's home currently have new or unexplained cough or shortness of breath? Third, has your child or anyone in the child's home had an unexplained fever of 100.4 or above in the past 24 hours? And finally, has your child taken any fever-reducing medication this morning, such as Tylenol or Motrin? Next, a staff member will take your child's temperature using a no-touch thermometer. Children with temperatures 100.4 or above will not be allowed in the center until they are fever-free for 24 hours without the use of medication. If your child's classroom has an outside door, you can drop them off there. Your teacher will open the door and welcome them into the classroom. This is a great time to coordinate with your child's teacher if you have anything important to share, such as letting her know that your child didn't sleep well last night or didn't really eat much of her breakfast this morning. Just remember to keep your mask up and to keep at least 6 feet of space between you and the teacher. If your child's classroom has no outside access, a staff member will walk your child to the classroom. Or, if you happen to see your child's classroom outside on the playground when you arrive, you may walk them over to the teacher after you're finished answering the screening questions and have your child's temperature taken. Currently, we are still limiting the amount of people entering the buildings, which means we are still unable to allow parents to enter the center at this time. We hope that you understand that this decision was made to protect staff members and children from any additional risks. Now let's talk about the different ways you can pick your child up from school. No matter which of these works best for you, please remember to wear your mask and to have a photo ID available. Some of our staff may not be familiar with adult faces, so it's important to be prepared. The first option is the front door. Just ring the bell and someone will bring your child to you. If you're picking up from a classroom with an outside door, you can pick your child up from there. Or if your child is outside on the playground, your child's teacher will be ready for you to sign them out from there too. If you're picking up outside of dismissal hours, please call ahead so we can have your child ready to go. Even though things are so different now, we haven't forgotten that you are the expert of your child, which makes you the most important person to us when it comes to learning the best ways to meet your child's needs. We encourage you to keep open communication. Discuss which of the following ways works best for you and the teachers: text messages, emails, phone calls, class dojo, or sending notes to school with your child. If you need to speak to someone else at the center, you can ask your child's teacher to connect you, or you can use the Contact Us feature on our website, www.childrenscenterva.com. Some things will be different for children inside the classroom too. The first week may be challenging for some children, especially if it's their first time back in the classroom since the pandemic or their first time in the classroom ever. We anticipate most children will adapt very quickly, but we also expect some worry and some tears. No matter how your child handles the beginning of the school year routine, we are ready to support them however we can in the same nurturing and loving way as always. Infants and toddlers will have as many activities as possible that allow for some natural distancing between them. Some children will understand physical distancing better than others, and some might need an occasional reminder. We will be patient and kind as we guide them through this new classroom experience. Each child will have their own supplies that only they will use. Children will have a bag that contains typical early childhood classroom items such as crayons, Play-Doh, and scissors. We hope to be outside a lot, taking advantage of all of the fresh air. With that in mind, we ask that you dress your child for outdoor play and come to school with sunscreen applied. You can also send extra sunscreen to school so we can reapply as necessary. Children will still eat meals together, but it will be a modified version of family-style dining. There will be more space between them than usual, and children will no longer be putting their food onto their own plates. Children will place their face masks in their cubby and will be appropriately spaced out for nap time. To avoid any unnecessary spreading of germs, children will not be brushing their teeth in the classrooms. We encourage you to continue brushing their teeth twice a day at home. And we will no longer allow children to bring backpacks into classrooms. Please send extra clothing in a plastic grocery bag that will be kept in a cubby containing only your child's items. As we continue to cope with this new normal, we may find that more changes need to be made. If this happens, we promise to keep you informed. Thank you so much for your patience. We can't wait to spend the day with our little friends again, and we thank you so much for trusting us with them. We are so honored to be a part of all of your lives. If this video hasn't answered all of your questions or addressed all of your concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to the center your child attends. We are more than happy to help. Thanks for watching. See you soon.